I don't like this double chin angle, so I'll be like right here, and I'm like, I gotta go right here. So anyway, good afternoon, everybody. It's January 5th. Oh, hold up. Okay, I had to say happy birthday to a good friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine. I'm like, wait a minute, today's the 5th. Happy birthday, Kathy. I don't think you watch my TikToks, but anyway, if you guys know Kathy, go say happy birthday to ya, and anybody else who has a birthday today. Even if you're not listening to this video on the day that I put it out, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. So, hello. Um, I've been wrestling with myself. How much is too much to put on the internet? What is useful? What is not useful? Why should anybody listen to anything? I have to say, but OMG, oh my goodness, so much life has been experienced in my 40 years. 40, yes. 40 years, no filter, neither. These are my wrinkles, these are my lines. It's been a difficult journey, but in all of that, I realize everything happens for a reason, when it's supposed to happen, how it's supposed to happen, and no amount of us trying to control the outcome, stress over it, give ourselves anxiety or agita over it. None of that is going to change. What is supposed to happen is usually a lesson for us. And we're say at that time we're like, but why? Why do I have to go through X, Y, and Z this time? Why can't I just go through regular schmegular stuff? Why is there always a struggle or a battle? Well, the more challenges you overcome, the more your story unravels, and the more you have to impart in others and help other people heal. And I know everyone has a gift, everyone has a specific reason for their existence here. I believe that wholeheartedly. And what I've come to notice is that for myself, my words and certain things, the way I affect people, help them heal or help encourage them or help them transform. Because if I'm transforming, I'm encouraging you to transform. If I'm going through something or you're going, like, we're working together, we're lifting each other up. And yeah, we have those moments where we're so down that we don't see a way up from here. But I'm here to tell you that no matter how difficult, no matter how discouraged you get, keep going, because there will be light at the end of that tunnel, at the end of that path. You will get to your aha moment, and maybe it won't be right away where you'll look back and you'll say, wow, now I understand why I had to go through this and that. Sometimes the creator, I believe in the creator and God, and the name is not God. That's a title. But anyway, we're not going to dive into that right now. But sometimes we go through things because the creator wants us to grow, to transform, or to remove the dead weight, and also to heal. I don't know if I said that, but the only way we can do that is if sometimes we're in isolation. So sometimes you'll find yourself, well, everybody cut me off, or my friends and family, I have been abandoned. But if you have faith and you believe in the creator, you have been set apart and for a deeper purpose, for something super important and amazing to add to the world. So, or to society, or to your community, or whatever it is, right? Because maybe you'll do a video and you'll share something that'll help one person, two people, three, or many people. So you have to trust the process. And as discouraging as you might feel in a moment, let's say you've lost your job, your partner left you, or you've lost a loved one very near and dear to you, and you feel like there's no life here worth living, and you give up. I want to just encourage you not to, because so for instance, I'll give you a story of mine so you can understand what I'm talking about. I wanted, when I was married, so much to have a child. I wanted a baby more than anything. And after 7 years of marriage, I start going and getting exercise, getting my exercise in, eating healthy, vegan lifestyle, blah, blah, plant based. I was super healthy. And one day I just was feeling off. My cousin was like, sounds like maybe you could be pregnant. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, I have PCOS. I haven't been able to get pregnant or whatever. I'm like, I don't think that's what it is. But lo and behold, I went and took a pregnancy test. Not one, but two, but three. I took 3 tests. Not one, not two, but three. And I'm like, oh gosh, like I am pregnant. I was ecstatic. And at that time, I had left everything to just follow the creator. I wasn't in this circle or that circle. It was just Yahuwah and I, the creator. And, I was like, thank you so much, Yahuwah, for this baby, this blessing, this pregnancy. I cried, I rejoiced, and I celebrated this womb, this miracle in my womb, this life that was in my womb. I was just so happy. And then I remembered singing to my baby. I was like, wow, and giving praise and singing praise songs, and then I started singing lullabies, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna make a CD, a lullaby CD. Mind you, nobody's using CDs, but at that time I was like, well, maybe mine can use a CD, and then I'm like, maybe iTunes or maybe whatever. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I wanted to make an album for my baby to listen to my voice, and if I'm not here for whatever reason, because I'm always like, well, what if I die during birth, giving birth or whatever, during labor, and I'm like, something could always happen because these things are never that clear cut. Oh my gosh, I'm like all over the place with my speech, so my apologies for mixing and messing things up. But the point is that I had shared my excitement with my loved ones, and my ex-husband was like, no, you're not pregnant. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I was just like, nobody's going to burst my bubble. So weeks went by because I had called a specialist to go follow up, make sure everything was good, baby was good. Because, I had the PCOS, so I knew my hormones were out of whack. So I knew I had to see a specialist ASAP so that I can, preserve the pregnancy, whatever. The day before my appointment to see the specialist, something I will not dive into the details of it happened, and literally 20 minutes after, I miscarried. I felt the contractions. I think I might have been about 3.5 months or so. I felt the contractions. I felt the urge to push. I was in the emergency room. The lady treated me like, why are you here? We don't deal with pregnant women, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, I suffered so much, but I was also grateful. I said, thank you, Abba, for allowing me to experience what it felt like to carry a child and to feel that, and also to go through the contractions, because I did feel them in my back. I couldn't sit still. It was just crazy. And then the contractions were getting closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, okay, I know what's happening here. I've heard this before. So I remember being devastated. But now looking back, I got a divorce. The person that I was with wound up being a lot more different and toxic. And if I would have had that child, I would have been fighting for that child to be seen, to be heard, maybe even for financial help to raise said child. And my child would have probably been neglected because he got remarried and had a new child. And so that child probably wouldn't have gotten the same amount of TLC. So in hindsight, everything happens for a reason, especially when you're dealing with a narcissist. I wouldn't have wanted my child to be like, look at your mother was this and da-da-da, and the family to just belittle me. And so I'm grateful that the child didn't come here to suffer and be in the middle of adult drama. So that's my story.